My name's Andrew Wilkes, and I'm an online entrepreneur and a online fitness coach turned fitness coach. And I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm just here to kind of like share some opinions and some mindset stuff that I've really kind of learned over the years and things I've experienced and went through to try and give you guys some value as someone who's 22 years old running a successful business at a position you probably want to be in. I'm just here to give you some advice based on my life, my experiences, and what I've been through and what I've learned. And this video, I just kind of want to talk about the things I've heard this week, um, just through talking to multiple people who have either joined my mentorship or joined my program or, asked me advice in the DMs or anything like that or comments on YouTube videos. And I think the scariest thing to me is a lot of people fear being broke for a little bit. They fear being broke for a little bit, like it's when are you going to start living like you want to? And you're going to have to be broke for a while chasing that dream, chasing that passion. Like, dude, I've been in debt. I've been tens of thousands of dollars in debt. I was in debt when I moved half to a different country. You know, I was a couple $1,000s in debt. At one point I was 10,000, $20,000 in debt. And dude, like I was waiting for my paycheck of the job I just quit to come in to pay off my credit card because I was on the other side of the planet and I was just relying purely on making money. I was sleeping in my friend's car. I wasn't even able to afford the Airbnb. I was recording and helping all my friends and doing all the shit they didn't want to do for their businesses while I pursued mine. You know what I mean? I was broke for a long time. I struggled. Like me and all my friends struggled. Me and my best friend who's also a successful entrepreneur, we both struggled. We literally our best story is like when we met at the gym, we went out to food after the gym the first day we met and we had to split a fucking happy meal. Now me and him are traveling the world together. We have our dream cars. We're doing whatever we want. Doing whatever we want. And we're fine now, but we have to go through that struggle. I think so many people see like this online success and think, oh, it's overnight, or they give up after a year or two. Dude, I was trying everything. I tried drop shipping, day trading, crypto, Amazon FBA. I tried like so many things. TikTok shop wasn't a thing when I started, but I tried so many things. And I started a landscaping company that went up and then failed and then started again. And I was going door to door asking people to cut their lawns just so I could save up money. I tried everything when it came to being an entrepreneur for quite a while. And then got into online fitness coaching and it hit because I had the physique, I had the mindset, people related to me, they wanted to work with me. If you want to learn how I did that, all my other content kind of teaches you how. But I don't want you having an emotional connection to the stage you're going through right now. I want you to enjoy what you're going through right now. If you're broke right now, it's the best feeling on the planet. It is. Me and all my successful friends, me and all my friends who make money, our biggest thing that we laugh about is how much we actually miss the hustle. We miss the grind of being broke. We miss, fighting for our meal. We miss like sitting in the Airbnb together laughing about how are we going to get dinner. We miss that shit, right? And now we're not there and we have different problems, different struggles, but we've really missed those problems. We miss that grind and that like fun that we had in the beginning phase. So I want you to understand going through that stage is a massive part of your journey and a massive, massive part of your life that you have to go through in your entrepreneurship journey. Simple. Whether or not you feel emotional or not, going through that's so important. And if you feel lost, you have to understand it's okay, but life doesn't stop for anybody. So if you don't go through that process and understand that you're stuck in whatever time period that you're stuck in, it's going to hurt forever if you don't start or if you give up. The biggest difference between entrepreneurs who make it and entrepreneurs who don't is how long can they go through the sucking phase of when everything's stuck, everything fucking sucks. You feel like you're making no progress. You feel like life is against you and you feel like your business is failing and you wake up every morning and don't know if you're gonna be able to pay your bills, if you're gonna eat. That's the part that you have to understand. Every entrepreneur goes through. The ones who make it are the ones who make it through that. That's what making it is. Making it isn't all the money. Making it is called making it through that. That's how I want you to think about it. So when you're struggling and thinking about, oh my gosh, why does this suck so much? It's supposed to, dude. It's supposed to. No matter what business you go into, it is supposed to suck. And the only thing that got me through and so many other people through it was manifestation and God. Believing that I genuinely believed myself for so long that I already was the person making that money before I was making that money. that my reality had no choice but to bend to that. I genuinely believed I was a millionaire before I was. And my reality had no choice but to bend to that, because when I believed that and I acted in the way of a millionaire, and I believed in myself as a millionaire, my mind and body had no choice but to do the things that a millionaire would do. I started behaving like it. I'd be in the cold showers being like, I'm a multimillionaire. I'm a multimillionaire. I'm a multimillionaire. I'm a successful coach. I'm a successful coach. I'm a successful coach. All morning, I'd wake up and go kill it. I'd do every step that a millionaire would do. And I'd behave like a millionaire, which means all the small, minuscule, hard things I had to go through every day were actually now pretty easy, because they're easy for a millionaire. And I thought that way until my body and my reality had no choice but to believe it as well. I placeboed my brain into success. And that's what the law of assumption is. Just assume you are and you become. So I want you practicing the law of assumption when you're going through this period of your life when everything kind of sucks and there's a big struggle period. Is how long can you go through that and start telling yourself you are successful? Believe in yourself as a successful man. I used to do this thing where I had a 2003 Jeep Cherokee, Jeep Liberty, even worse. And I would drive that thing. It was like blue, it had cloth interior that was green, and it was my grandfather's, and the floorboards were rotten out. He had that on a farm for like 15 years, and I had that. My first car. I remember driving down this one road in my hometown with my girlfriend, who's still my girlfriend now. This was about 5 or 6 years ago, and the floorboards were rotten out, so she had to put her feet on the fucking like car seat because there was no floor. And I remember closing my eyes on this road, and I'd picture the car that I wanted. And it wasn't like I was just picturing it. It was like I could feel it. I could feel the AC on my face. I could hear the engine. Fast forward 4 years, I'm driving down that same road, picking up my girlfriend while I'm coming back from Miami with my car. And I pick her up in that car and we're driving down that road. And she didn't even realize it, but I did. I genuinely manifested the life I have now. And I'm continuously doing that. It's not like I got to one level and I stopped. It's like I got to that level and I started aiming for the moon, and now I've landed on the stars, working my way to the moon. I have such big goals and dreams, and I believe them and speak them as if it's already happening, that my body and my mind and my reality has no choice but to almost believe that's real, and everything else falls into place. That's the law of assumption. I assume I am, so I become. So give it a try. Follow through with it and stay consistent with it, and just don't give up. Don't be a fucking pussy. Don't be a pussy and give up on your dreams, because the reason I'm here right now is because I'm so resilient. I've been through so much in my life that I become so resilient to all the hard things. My life has been so hard from how I've grown up, the death, the suicides around me, all that bullshit around me, that it's been hard, but it's made my life easy. So when, life hits me, it's like, oh, that's nothing. I've already been through so much. So that's kind of how I want you to think about it when hard things happen. It could be way worse, dude. Right? Not making money is not the hardest part of life. It makes things easier, but it's not the hardest part. And when you think about giving up, I want you to think about this. If your mom needed $1 million right now to save her life, say she got really sick, God forbid, she got really sick, and she needed $1 million to save her life, cash, could you do that? Probably not. So guess what? Your mom's going to die, and it's your fault because you didn't keep going. You didn't work hard enough. You didn't keep going. You didn't make the money. You didn't do what you said you were going to do. And that's the part of being a man that you genuinely need to follow up on. Every single thing in your life. Say what you're going to do and do it. And your brain starts believing you can do anything. If you tell yourself you're going to do something and you do it, every single thing you say you are going to do, your brain believes it and you start doing it. It comes from, I'm going to make the bed. You make the bed, your brain believes in more in what you say about yourself. I'm going to have a Rolls Royce Cullinan. Now your brain will believe you can do that because everything else that you said you were going to do, you did. And nothing controls you other than your brain. So if you can control your brain, you win. That being said, I have some sales calls to hop on because, money making time. And I just want to say, I love you. God loves you. You can make it through all things, genuinely. But it's your decision whether or not you're a failure, no one else's. I was supposed to be a failure. I was a high school dropout. Everyone doubted me my whole life. I was either going to die in the military or go live a shitty life in construction for the rest of my life. That was supposed to be my life. But I decided that it wasn't. Only you make the rules of your own life. Only you decide what happens. All things are possible through Christ who believes in you. He gives you power. Okay? So I love you. God loves you. Peace. Go get rich.